Hello and welcome. Welcome to Sprinkles Light Show. Now, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be discussing the things relating to OBE, which is out of body experience, and astral projecting. So, let's begin with on the lucid dreaming. There's a difference. The lucid dreaming is the awareness you are dreaming while you are dreaming. Astral projection is the actual travel of your astral body to other locations. Okay, so the astral body is a very subtle body posited by many philosophers and intermediate between the intelligent soul and the mental body. It's composed of subtle material. The concept ultimately derives from the philosophy of Plato, and it is related to an astral plane, which consists of the planetary heavens of astrology. So, I'm going to discuss some of the myths that are related to astral projecting. Okay, to begin with, um, is astral projection for real? Every night when we sleep, our astral body is out of our physical body. We are just not conscious about it. During astral projection, we are aware of the fact that we're in another dimension. Since every night's sleep, we can easily get back into our bodies. We can do the same after we astral project as well. Okay, so another myth that kind of comes to mind is astral projection. Is it always spontaneous? Learn it? Well, my friend, my dear friend, what is happening is that um, you can learn to astral project at will. And I'm having a little problem because my PC seems to be stuck on something. Okay, there we go. All right, here we. Now, the first thing was, is it always spontaneous, and can you learn from it? Well, you can learn to astral project at will. Okay, there are countless techniques that teach you how to have an out of body experience. Since every individual is different, no particular technique is best for everybody. You have to find out which method is best for you. Just like anything else in life, you have to practice at it and get good at it. Okay, myth number 3, not everyone can learn to astral project. It is only for a select few? No. Anyone can astral project, but it requires some practice, some consistency, and open mindedness. Just like you learn to walk, ride a bike, or swim, astral projection is a skill you need to learn. Myth number 4, only adults can astral project because they are more mature. It's not to do with it. I got to tell you right now. Age is never a factor in astral projection. It's a fact that children astral project more than adults. And the reason is that children are innocent and they believe everything is possible. So they achieve astral projection more easily. We adults do not believe everything easily. Okay, the more we are open minded and start believing, the easier it is to project. Age in itself is never a roadblock for any kind of projection. The only hindrance is your level of belief. Okay, so which is it's quite true um, that what you believe, and if you have any fears will block you from doing it or being open to it. Um, the myth is astral projection is not safe. Well, gotta tell you, no, It is perfectly safe. Astral projection is a natural experience reported in every culture and society of the world. It is a safe for most people, but anyone who has acute psychological problems should really try to avoid it. Okay. Um, and then there's that it takes several years to achieve a conscious astral projection, and that is wrong. Okay, since every individual is different, no one can guarantee how long it may take you to do an astral projection. Some achieve it on the very first try, and others do not achieve it even in 2 years. But if tried consistently, about 30 days is a fair enough time to experience at least one projection. Okay. Another myth is it possible that you may not be able to get back into your physical body? No, it's not possible that you can't. Every night when we sleep, our astral body is out of our physical body. We are just not conscious about it. During astral projection, we are aware of the fact that we're in another dimension. Since every night sleep, we can easily get back into our body. We can do the same after an astral projection, too. So, the surprising fact is that it is difficult to stay out of the body. Getting back into your body is instant and automatic. Your astral body is connected to your physical body by a silver cord, which ensures that you can always get back in. I know there was a question about if we can get possessed during an astral projection by another entity. This is a very common question in most people's minds, but there is no danger of being possessed by other entities. Your astral body is attached to your physical body by a silver cord. No one else can sever it and enter your body. Okay, let me be extra clear here. You are perfectly safe while astral projecting. You are safe because entities need physical matter to tether to. And while projecting, you have no physical matter they can tether. Possessions are a possibility when you are in your body. You cannot be possessed when you are out of your body, when you are in your body. That is why seances and the Ouija boards can be quite dangerous because you're actually calling entities to you when you are in your physical body. Okay, let's see. Here's another one. Astral projection changes a person's religious beliefs. Another falsehood. An in-depth study of 350 participants was conducted and published by Dr. Melvin Morse in 1992. According to that study, out-of-body experiences did not seem to alter one's religious beliefs. In fact, most people reported that their religious beliefs were confirmed and strengthened by their own out-of-body experiences. So yeah, that the one thing that you do, I would say you once you have it and you an out of body experience, you will know that there's no fear of death because there's other realms, there's other dimensions. So to me, it's when mine had taken place, I lost the fear of death because I believe it does continue on. Okay, so myth number, what are we up to? Nine, 10. You cannot go very far when out of the body. Uh, there's no defined limit as to how far you can go away from the physical body. However, it is important to note that there are certain areas that you do not readily have access to unless you have spiritually graduated to those areas. In other words, there are several planes apart from the astral plane. You cannot visit a higher vibratory plane in a lower vibratory body. There is no cord and that. there's a myth that there's no cord that connects the astral and physical bodies. In truth, there is definitely a silver cord that connects the two bodies. You may or may not be able to see it, but it is always there. Even the Bible talks about it through the silver cord. The transference of energy takes place that gives life to the physical. As long as a person is alive, this cord is intact. It can be likened to the umbilical cord attached attaching a child to the mother. Okay, there's another myth or another saying that astral entities can sever the silver cord. No, the silver cord cannot be severed by anyone. This only happens when the hour of death has arrived for a person, and that comes by law of a higher source. Okay. Another myth is that the astral plane is full of dangerous and negative entities. Well, there are negative entities in the astral plane, but they are not dangerous. They cannot do harm to you in any way. Remember, in the astral, your thoughts have power. If you don't like something, you can always change it into something you want. By not being afraid, you can make these entities vanish or turn them into something more pleasant. If any of these entities do scare you, at the most you will slump back into your physical body. Okay, and many of these negative entities are self-created. They are nothing but manifestations of our own fears, which appear as thought forms. Order to avoid bumping into any of these entities, you should attempt projection in a very good mood. Okay, and the rule is that the astral plane is like attracts like. If you are in a negative or bad mood, you will attract negative thought forms. But if you project with positive and loving thoughts, you'll most likely attract positive and loving entities. When a person wakes up after projection, he feels really tired. Well, let's take a little break here, and when I come back, I'll finish this up about does astral projection tire you out, zap your energies? Well, you'll find out. We'll be right back after this message. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to Sprinkles Light. And we were discussing some of the myths related to the astral projecting. Okay, so we left off with one of the myths being when a person wakes up after a projection, he feels really tired. No, during an astral projection, the physical body sleeps normally. So when you wake up, you feel very refreshed. Okay, but I'm going to also speak to you in a bit about consciously doing astral projection, not in your sleep, but being consciously awake. Okay, so we'll get to that in a bit. Let's just finish up some of these myths that are related to astral projection. Okay, one a myth is you cannot touch objects in an astral. Well, I for one can tell you that yes, you can. Okay, you have everything your disposal because the power of thought will manifest what is that you are um, applying to bring into. Okay, so in let's see, is it possible? I just messed up somewhere. Oh, I missed it. Oh my goodness, I'm losing. I forgot what we were talking about from the break. Um, um, yeah. Oh, touching the astral, touching while you're being able to touch and feel things while you astral project. You can touch and feel astral objects in the astral, just as you can touch physical ones in the physical plane. But in the astral, under normal circumstances, you cannot touch physical objects. If you attempt to, your hand will pass right through it. That your astral body can pass through walls. Okay. There's another myth that it is necessary to be good at visualization in order to astral project. Well, it does help. Okay, visualization is not necessarily an ingredient for projection, but if the projector can increase his ability to visualize, it will help him progress faster. the myth of drugs being used to help induce projection. The truth is, some kinds of drugs do induce projection, but I do not recommend any kind of drugs because they harm your astral vehicle, your astral uh, spirit sense kind of thing. And the key to a productive out of body experience is complete control. And have control is the first thing lost when you use any kind of mind altering substance. Drugs curtail your spiritual growth. They take you to the lower astral plane full of confusion and disorientation. It is dull, gloomy, and full of negative energy. The lower astral is very unlike the vibrant, progressive, positive astral we are seeking to achieve. Now, why contaminate the biological vehicle when, when effective results can be achieved naturally? Don't put your body at risk. If there's a real desire to experience astral projection, then that desire, along with consistent practice, will get you there. Okay, another myth is that it is impossible to meet with other human beings during projection. That too, my friend, is wrong because my own experience has showed me differently. The truth is, it is possible to meet other human beings, dead or alive, in the fourth dimension. But if you want to talk to them meaningfully and remember what was said, you should both be conscious while doing so. Find them in a fourth dimension while they are asleep and dreaming, they will usually appear drunk to us because they aren't actually conscious. They may not recognize us, but later when they awake, they may remember seeing us in a dream. When we see people in dreams, most of the time, they are in our dreams because we put them there. Sometimes we see people in dreams because their souls are actually with us in the fourth dimension. Either way, if if you see someone in a dream and you were able to remember it clearly, there's probably a reason you can remember it. It may have actually happened. When we astral project, if we think the name of a friend, such as John, by mistake, we can visit some other person by the same name. No, that's not going to happen because in the astral plane, your thoughts are the key to where you want to go. Your higher self knows who you want to visit and will take you to the correct person. The name of the person doesn't matter at all. Since you are thinking of that person, you will go to that person. Okay. Another myth is astral projection doesn't prove life after death. Well, people who have experienced proper conscious out of body experiences, even once, start to strongly believe in life after death, finding themselves outside their physical bodies and still functioning, still able to see, hear, touch, even smell and taste, still able to do everything and more. How can anyone deny that life goes on? If you would like to learn more about what it is and how to do it, I can show you and guide you. Once a month, well, not where, I will be holding an interdimensional expansion session, which is for out of body experiences and astral projecting. Now, you're going to think, well, that's not my forte. But wouldn't you want to know that you have the ability to, with your mind, go to another place and physically be there without moving your body from your home? Um, you'll be able to pick up certain different things that you yourself will validate in the end. This session takes place because what I want to show you is that touched the slightest corner of what the mind is capable of doing. And it's absolutely amazing when you take your mind and you travel to a place you've never been before and you have detail of it down from the minute of a decorated doorknob to a chandelier that had something to do with some sort of passing or of sorts. Being in a place, recognizing things that are around you, how where the staircase is. I mean, what takes place is that I get you ready to go into. I'll have a picture of a place, and I'll have you prepared to go into this place. Idea where, what, or what may consist of it. Is it one with that is a haunted place? Is it a historical place? Well, you're going to be able to get all of that information because what you're going to do is you're going to be my eyes and ears and sense of taste and smell. Uh, Thing that you would want to uh, be active when you go in there, and you will be in the room, uh, in a room with with a lot of other people that are joining us. And what will happen is that you'll go into this place and you'll type everything that you see or hear, and beforehand, prior to the session, I do a lot of research and I get pictures, I get names, I get dates, I get errors, I get situations that have taken place. I get all that information and I have it ready for you to for you to validate. Now, mind you, I'm not telling you anything of what's taking place there. You are telling me what is taking place in this picture. Okay, so it's very, very interesting. And I got to tell you, it's amazing when people realize they were actually able to do it. And it wasn't very scary at all. Matter of fact, it can be a lot of fun. And yeah, you can probably sense the other people there with you, and it's amazing thing to kind of take hold of, and it's quite interesting. So. We have it once. It has for me to a lot of work for me to get together to prove to you that you prove to yourself that you're quite capable of doing this. So it's fascinating, and I just love it when people realize that they can actually do this, and not in a sleep state. This is consciously astral traveling. Okay, and there's here's a little test you can kind of do is make believe you're writing a list for the grocery store, and you need a can of green beans. So take that can of green beans as your focal point to where you can see the store, you can go in the store, you know exactly what aisle they're on, and as you reach down to pick up the can of green beans, you can feel the weight in your hand. That's an excellent way to tell you that you're quite capable of doing this. And you probably do it all the time, just don't realize it. There are lots of things that we do that we can see ourselves doing as well. And the power of the mind is absolutely amazing. And the human being is awesome spirit that can actually do some of these most marvelous things. And I hope that you'll come and join us and find out what it is to do it consciously. And it's going to be once a month at the Off the Cuff eZine uh, website in our chat room. And I hope you're going to like it. And come and learn what you can do. It's absolutely amazing. So, with that, my dear friends, I'm going to thank you for visiting with me. I know it's a little short show, but it has a powerful implication of exactly what you can be capable of doing and do right now. You're just going to discover how well you're doing it. So, Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week on OTCR Presents Sprinkles Light. Bye bye now.